So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's do better_fitness, and that's for my work one, and our car one is watch_German_cars. Okay, please enjoy the video. So today we're going to be talking about the future electric with the Porsche Macan electric. This comes in a 4 and it comes in a turbo. So they're both going to be dual motors. The main difference obviously is going to be price and performance. So let's start off with the price. So it's about £69,800 in the UK, and that would be £80,450 in the US, and 95,000 British pounds for the turbo, and 106,950 in the US. Size wise, they're both going to be the same. They're both going to have dual charging ports, one on each side, just like they do currently with like the Audis. They are both built on a shared platform with Volkswagen Group and Audi. Okay, let's talk about performance with the base. So 5.2 0 to 60. That's pretty quick. That's a little slower than the EQC 400. So honestly, for that price, I think it's not the greatest. But if you want faster, you can go for the turbo. This also gives you the top speed of 137 miles per hour. And this is 300 kilowatts or 408 PS. So for £25,000 more in the UK, you can get a turbo. So 0 to 60 will be 3.3 seconds. And now I like that. That's much better. That's more my speed personally. 470 kilowatts or 639 PS and a top speed of 162. So this is using the 800 volt architecture. A big difference between this and the Taken is that this is only using a single gear transmission, where the Taken had a 2-speed transmission. Another big difference between the two models is going to be the air suspension will not be included on the base. I think you can option it, but on the turbo it does come with air suspension. And I think honestly on these kind of cars it's a must. So the air suspension, you can actually adjust it up to 70 millimeters, which is pretty good. I really do love this purple color though. I think I'd pick the turbo with the purple. Okay, we're going to take the turbo for a quick rip and you'll get to hear the sound. I'm not allowed to video it, but I'm going to show you a few pictures from it. And this is a picture of the rear motor. So when you drive the turbo, it really feels like a rear-wheel drive bias system, which I love, as you all know. I'm not a big fan of front-wheel drive. And you can also see the marking right here, the VW Group marking, and this is from Bosch. And I'm really curious to see what the Audi Q6 e-tron will drive like, because they're basically the same. But you know how Audi does their tuning different. Honestly, after driving this, I really do want one. I'm gonna wait a little while just because my friend Kyle bought the Porsche Taycan Turbo S when it first released, and unfortunately, I've seen the depreciation on that. So I think I'm just gonna wait a little bit and see if they depreciate like that, and if so, I'll pick one up used. These are awesome because it is a bespoke platform. You get a front trunk and you get decent space in the back, and it rode so well. I was so impressed with the ride quality of this, and the fact that it feels like a rear-wheel biased vehicle, I love. Just like the Taycan, this also has the dual screen, so the passenger gets a screen too. But we had a lot of problems in the Taycan with that, and had quite a few problems with my Panamera 971 4E hybrid as well with the screen. So I'm not sure if I would spec that. I think it would be more problematic than anything else. So I love the fact that these come with the LED matrix lights as standard. This is on a turbo. Because when I ordered my turbo back in 2017, it came with halogen lights. And when we ordered the GTS, it came with halogen lights. And when we bought a used Macan S, it came with halogen lights. And unfortunately, those lights are not up to date with like the cars nowadays, especially when you drive other cars. The headlights are just not good enough. So I'm really happy that these at least come with this. So driving data, I'm just gonna put it on the screen. On the most part, I was getting 2.9 miles per kilowatt hour. So it was pretty good. It's better than our e-tron, which is a 2019 e-tron 55. So honestly, this is looking pretty good. The trunk space in this is quite small. The roof is very sloped. You can actually get a windshield wiper as an option if you want to. Obviously, you can get anything you want from Porsche. They're just going to charge you for it. Okay, it does have the chargers on both sides of the rear, which is handy because honestly, you need that. Sometimes you just can't park facing the other way, and at least as you can do it. I do not like the charging door. This is a powered system, and on the Taycan that I used to borrow from my buddy, had that and had problems, and on my e-tron it had a power door as well and it also had problems. So I prefer, just like on the Mercedes EQC, where you just push it and it opens. That's a much simpler process. Okay, so here it's going to show you the charge times and speeds. The one thing I do not like is the fact that it's only 11 kilowatt hour on the charger. So yeah, most people only have 7 kilowatts at home, but if you at work you can charge at 22 kilowatts and it's free. So I would honestly prefer, at least if you had an option, to get a 22 kilowatt hour charger on this. In conclusion, if you're looking for a small SUV, this is awesome. I do think it's a little bit too expensive, and I also think they're going to depreciate too hard. So I would say wait a little bit. I did spec one out for a turbo, and we were looking at, I think, 111,000 pounds. So that's a lot of money for a smallish SUV. All right, I will see you guys next Wednesday for another video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.